that for me it feels bigoted. Anybody can pray at the Western Wall. Anyone can pray at the Vatican. I've heard the Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar inside the Vatican, and nobody better than I live.
I don't
and
understand.
This is the issue with Mecca and Medina, banning non-Muslims.
When I try to go into a synagogue, they question me as a Muslim.
They might question you for security reasons, but I bring Muslims to them. I bring Muslims to synagogues all the time, and I bring Muslims to Israel all the time.
Joseph, you're just
We're
trying.
actually banned. Which synagogue were you not allowed?
Joseph.
I can't speak for those individual
Joseph,
synagogues.
Joseph.
There's always Muslims in the synagogues that prayer.
Joseph, you're going everywhere.
Okay,
You go to the times of Medina, what the Jews of Medina did, and you then come back to the modern
brought
day.
up Medina,
No,
you
wait,
brought up Medina.
I know,
I was
but
responding to you.
I told you. You spoke. Let me finish.
Okay.
So you are bringing the modern problem is not a religious problem. It's almost a political problem. It's a lot to do with politics. But if you want to go and blame Islam and the Muslims for the banning or telling them to go out of Medina in the time of the Prophet, that you have to know the full story. You cannot come here and say the Prophet throw Jews out. He's not listening.
He just asked me what the discussion
Are you listening?
about. Yeah, just tell them what the discussion's about, Mo.
Are you listening? So you went to
It was something quite peaceful, and then Mo came along. Typical.
peaceful.
Yeah, we're having a really nice civil chat.
What have I done?
You've raised the temperature.
No, the temperature is that you say something and you connect some lies with it. My problem is you're giving Islam this harsh, and then at the time of the Prophet ﷺ that he didn't like anybody and he did whatever.
That's not what I said.
No, you said.
I actually started and
kicked-
told her that Muhammad protected the
he
Jews. That's
kicked-
how we started the conversation.
He kicked and killed Jews of Medina. You said he kicked out and
I said he
killed
kicked
Jews
them
of
out.
Medina.
You said killed. I said kicked out.
Kick them out. Kick them out.
I know why the Muslims say kicked us out.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know why the Prophet, Jews were kicked out. But can you explain why they were kicked out?
I just said they broke the treaty according to the Islamic
So
tradition.
tell me, was it wrong?
So again, it's not our tradition; it's your story. We have no record of this in Jewish tradition.
Oh,
this
tough
is
luck
an Islamic.
then.
This is an Islamic story, which has
story
been
is
used.
What is wrong with
written
the
by the
story?
victor as well.
What is
Exactly.
wrong with what is wrong with an agreement? If these tribes came.
Okay, so let's go there, Mo. Let's go there, and I'll respond. Yep.
No, let me finish. I haven't finished.
Oh,
What is wrong with when a society comes together, different tribes agree upon that they're gonna defend this city together? When the outsider comes, they will defend it together. But when the problem is inside, Jews have their own laws, their own independent state in Medina, and the Muslims have their own. If somebody breaks that treaty, is it right or wrong?
so now can I
To
respond?
protect the city from outsiders.
Can
Come
I
on.
respond?
Yeah.
So let's take it to the real world. Let's take it to today.
No, you can't.
Mo, let me answer in my words, Aki. Calm down.
Today.
Calm down. If today
Yeah.
the British government
Yeah.
took the 13-year-old boys in Afghanistan or Iraq, 14-year-old boys, 15-year-old boys, and beheaded them, children, we would all be outraged and say that is grossly immoral. This is precisely what happened back then. Yeah, they did worse. This man telling me they did worse than that.
They did. In Iraq, they killed so many.
Oh no, in Iraq they did. Oh,
Yeah, so in Afghanistan too, they killed so many civilians.
no, I'm not questioning that. I'm saying how. How somebody behaves. So if America drops a bomb indiscriminately
Splatters
and
their
kills
body on the wall.
and horrifically kills civilians without concern, that's horrific. But similarly, if they were to behead them ISIS style, because of the severity of it, we would all be outraged. If any soldiers were beheading 14 or 13-year-old boys, any of us would be outraged today.
Disgusting.
And so this is exactly what happened to the Jewish community in Medina. And so I'm not going to, as a Jew, I'm not Muslim, so I've got no loyalty to the Quran or the Hadith or the Sunnah or to the Ummah. And so I'm going to say, as a Jew, as an outsider, living 1400 years later, I read that and that sounds pretty harsh, to behead children because the adults broke a peace treaty. So he wants to get in.
Sound okay?
Pardon?
No, the
Yeah,
point
but
is,
even so,
brother,
you shouldn't-
The
you
point is,
So
he
did they
is.
kill children?
They killed, by our definition, they were children.
Listen.
Most
Is that-
Muslims would argue
according
that
to
they
who?
weren't children. According to the
According to their
according to their tradition. Pardon?
You said that there are no records
So that
from your end.
no, so that's coming from Islamic sources. Yeah.
Right, so there were children.
Pardon? Yeah.
You believe that, but you don't believe
No,
anything
no.
else.
It's not a case of what I
He
believe.
got you on a point.
I don't know why you brought in ISIS and Afghanistan and all those things.
So okay, calm down. Just so I can hear
I
this.
don't know why you brought in all the other stuff, like ISIS and stuff.
Because to context, to context.
No, brother.
No.
Brother, the answer is simple. He's bringing 1400, 1500 years ago to the modern day society. 13, 14 years old were the generals of the army at that time. 14 and 15-year-olds of that time, when they stood, they were soldiers, they were... See, the problem is, no, brother, no, he is trying to bring modernity into the age of 1500 years ago. If you want to bring modernity, of course, 16-year-olds are now child. We say they're children, they're not allowed to get married and this and that. But 1400 years ago, the whole society was different. So he's trying to paint this picture that Islam is this horrible, this barbaric, this religion that kills 1400-year-old kids. His point is not to show the truth. I'm telling you, if you know they got killed, give me the reason why they were killed. If today I'm Muslim, my 16-year-old boy go join and do something against the laws and regulation of England, has a sell their secrets and everything, in 2019 the government will take my son and punish him when he does. Simple. You want to talk about things, what happened to the Jews, but you don't say Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what he did in his time, he didn't do because they were Jews. He did it what they did to him. That's the big difference. You have to contemplate, reflect upon. There is difference between if you do something who they are or what they do. If you want to know the reality, go open the seerah of the Prophet from the time of when he approached to Medina as a leader of the Muslims till the end of the battle of Azab.
And so basically,
you have to read, no, let me finish. He spoke, let me finish. So for me, it's very dishonest that you say something bad happened to me, but I don't give you the reason. If I give you a logical reason, you cannot say that was bad. I would say that was fair, that was just. So you cannot come and paint my prophet, my religion, a religion that is barbaric, who doesn't care about any other religion, other belief, other people. How dare you telling me that my prophet killed people, expelled them?
but Mo, this is
If you read our literature, it's totally justified. They broke the rules, their own word giving. They signed the treaty, they broke the treaty. And even in our modern day, if we broke the treaty of our social life, social laws, we will be punished. Simple.
Can I talk? Okay. So this is what scares me, Mo. Like, I actually think you're a decent person, you're moderate, you're modern, yet you just spent the last 5 minutes justifying the beheading of children.
No.
You asked for the,
No,
I let you speak.
Yeah,
You
I
do.
cannot.
Let him speak, Mo.
But I cannot let him twist
speak.
words.
Let him speak, Mo.
There is a word called justification. There is a word called explanation. Explanation and justification are two different things. I was explaining it to you. I wasn't justifying anything. I was trying to explain how I understand it. And I'm explaining to you. If you take it as a justification, it's your problem,
Okay, so
not mine.
Was it wrong for Muhammad to order the beheading and the heads be brought to him in batches according to Ibn Ishaq, the biography of Muhammad? Is it justified for Muhammad to do that? Straight question.
It was justified.
Was it justified for Muhammad?
Look, first of all,
Because you're saying you're not justifying it, so I'm asking, are you or aren't you justifying it? It's a simple yes/no answer.
it's not a simple and no answer. You take a historic fact, if happened in a religion which got believers around the world for nearly 2 billion people, and you take an event from our prophet's life and you tell me yes or no. No, bro. There are things in life that you cannot answer it with yes and